that's what it led to now. We won't go into details about what happened, but the charges you got led up to a certain amount of time being called out. You hear that time, 25 years. Really 75 if you being technical, right?
Nah, really when he said 25,
yeah, on 3.
I ain't hear nothing else.
Yeah.
If the room went, I couldn't hear nothing. That's it.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
yeah. Luckily, they get to run concurrent instead of consecutive. Because if not, that's 75 flat out, right? I know you said you couldn't hear nothing else. You got to look at your mama. For the youngsters out there who may be deciding to crash, they got that attitude. Now they walk with that in front, though. That's what they want to do. So for the ones who may want to do that, explain that feeling. Hearing that, seeing your mama in there, what is that?
Man, that shit the worst feeling in the world. When your mama, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, man, you can do all the dirt in the world, but your mama ain't gonna never admit to you doing. She could see you shoot somebody.
Yeah.
But she still gonna have your back. You feel me? But for to put her in a situation to know that she finally finna lose you, man, that's the worst feeling in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because now what you're doing is you done put her in a position because of your decisions. Now she got to spend money to come see you every weekend. You got 25 years. I got 25 years. My first offense, I ain't never had a ticket or nothing. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, once you get that time, bro, once that judge, you in front of that judge, and he tell you them 90 years or whatever decision you finna make to get 100 life, ain't no coming back from that. You know what I'm saying? You can fight 10 years on your charge. Oh, you can lie and tell everybody, oh, I got, man, the judge finna do this for, man, that judge ain't finna do shit for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Once you end up, you end up. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? The only thing is faith and hope and prayer, all that can work out. But, bro, once you do the crime and they got you dead to the right, bro, ain't no shaping back from that shit. So the best thing for y'all to do is just sit the fuck down, go to school, be great at something else other than trying to be great for these little girls out here, these little dudes out here, because once you go to jail, they gonna be gone. Ain't no more partners and girlfriends and whatever you got going on. Once you get enough, you for the state, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no turning back. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying, coming back from it. So, man, that was just different for me, bro. You know, knowing I ain't never did nothing, 25 years. Man, you know, I went to jail when I was 19. I'm trying to count the numbers on my head, my mind clicking. I'm like, man, 25. They're like, you got to do, what, 18 on 25, something like that. No, I had to do 17 on 20 because I ended up giving 5 years back after 2 years when I was in there. But that just go to show you, it took me 2 years to give just 5 years back. I'm still stuck with 20. You see what I'm saying? 17 flat. First time ever getting in trouble. So it's different, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's different, bro. It's a different ball game.
Welcome to the Ep5 flow harder than the hands on Peter Piper. And now we would like to introduce you to your rivals. It's like Ali and Tyson. The hook miss with the liking. Show nothing, Mr. Bison, Maximus and Leonidas. You were in the booth with Titans, goons, goblins, and Vikings. It ain't really nothing like us.
Yo, it's your boy Quinton Anderson, aka Big C, one half of the L.I.T Code Podcast with Edgar Jones. Podcast with a menu is short and sweet, but there's plenty for your mind to eat. Look, we're back with another episode, and we like to appreciate and thank each and every one of you who support us, whether it's by listening, whether it's by just shooting us a text sometimes saying you're proud, whether it's by watching the podcast, whatever it is that you do to support what we got going on. We appreciate y'all. We thank y'all. Today, we have a very, very special guest on, and it's really not a guest. It really is literally family. The L.I.T Code, the name Big C, some of Edgar Jones' journey some of Courtney's journey don't exist without the cat you see at the bottom of the screen right here. This is our big cousin. You know what I'm saying? When you from the South, family's everything, right? Cousins are more like brothers and sisters. And when you're growing up, your big cousin set the tone. It don't ever really end either. It's always gonna be big cuz to live, right? The guy at the bottom of the screen to Edgar to me, it's like a 2-year separation. So as you can imagine, coming up, we 2, 4, 6. We you know what I'm saying, 10, 12, 14. So our paths crossed a lot. We learned a lot from them. We learned a lot of what to do, what not to do, how to do good stuff, some bad stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's a big part of our story, and that's Mr. Quinton, aka the Franchize Brown. I'm gonna shoot it over to Egg and let him give his introduction, man, and we're gonna kick this thing off.
Appreciate you. Thank y'all for joining. We appreciate it. Now I'm excited today, man, because this is family and somebody that's played a significant role in my life. My path of making it to the NFL, there was a big why behind it. You know, a lot of times, me and Courtney actually said this before, your why should motivate you and you can't motivate yourself. And I found that my why played a big part with this individual that we got on today, family, my big cousin that we got on today. He molded me with tough love. Let me just say that. On a couple of occasions, he played a big part in beating me up, but he always had my back. And when I got into football, I had to deal with him in high school on a day-to-day basis. When I tried to hide in the back of the crowd, where Uncle Jones at? Where you at? He would get me out there in the ring and demand greatness out of me and push me. And then even after he would finish that, he would always let me know he loved me, man, later on. You know what I'm saying? Whether we was walking to his mama's house or finishing up out the practice. But going into the league, he was my why. You know, I felt like if I made it, he made it. We all made it, you know, and that played a big part into a lot of things I did in life. So I'm glad to have him on today. As Quinton said, Quinton Franchize. I just call him QB, man. It's a QB. So glad to have you, bro. Glad to have you. Glad for you to be on.
Man, good to be on, man. What's y'all? Y'all good?
Yeah, we great. Tip top. So a question we like to start off with our guests. Who is Quinton Cortez Brown?
Man, for y'all that don't know me, you know, country boy, born and raised Rayville, Louisiana. You know, same person I've been for so long. I grew up now, you know what I'm saying? I ain't the little boy I used to be. I'm a grown man now, you know, so, you know, I appreciate y'all acknowledging me for, you know, the stuff I did for y'all and help y'all through y'all journey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, Egg and I like to say we all just big balls of experience, right? And our reactions to those experiences, both good and bad, manifested as what people see in front of them. That's all anybody is. If I met a guy that I never met before, I can tell him who he is because I know he that. You know what I'm saying? I know right. His experiences, his reaction to him. So growing up, right? What was your thing? What did you like to do as a youth growing up in Rayville?
Man, fighting, being bad, you know. I mean, you know that everybody had their goods and bads. Like when we was growing up, it was different than how they growing up now. Like they got phones now. We ain't have phones. We had, you know where everybody gonna be at because you see bicycles in the yard. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna see everybody at the football, at the rec. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, growing up for me was kind of, you know, it was a beautiful thing. I wish I could get them days back where, you know, me and Chris Holland, we playing chase and, you know what I'm saying? It just was Man, it was crazy, bro. But, growing up in Rayville, man, it really made me, understand family and the importance of how to grow up as a child. Understand being a child and learn to love and to be a child instead of trying to grow up too fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like to say the Rayville we grew up in is like Wakanda, right? It was so many people that was like superheroes. Wow. And I ain't just talking about elderly people. It was people in the neighborhood that could do anything when we was younger. I tell people about Robert Essence, rest in peace. But I used to watch Robert flip down the sidewalk, all backflips, up onto the bus, right? And then he wouldn't. He flip on the bus, he come and pee, he dunk on people. He wouldn't play no sports. He played football like 1 year playing quarterback, but it was so much of that. You mentioned Chris Holland, you mentioned playing chase with them. Remember our cousin Darius, RIP, playing dominoes with them growing up. Family was a big thing, right? I did skip the part on how all of us are related. We all Spooker's grandboys, grandma. Okay. My daddy is their mother's only brother. And after school, some of us went to school in Monroe, some of us went in Rayville. After school, everybody would get together at grandmother's house, right? All the kids. You had to learn a pecking order. Q was one of the leaders. He kind of put everybody in place, taught us what to do, what not to do. And like Edgar said, he would rough us up, but he always had our back. What Edgar did mention was football, though, NFL, football. What role did football play in your life as a youth?
Man, it kept me out of trouble. It kept me out the way. I was, honestly, you got basketball players, you got football players, you got everybody do their own thing. Football kept me grounded, kept me, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be, everybody, back then it was Ray Lewis, Edgar know that, 52. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that was my motivation. Him, bro, I just wanted to be good at what I was, with the position I played. But, we got through to the Wolves in the 8th grade. They sent me to high school. I'm up there with Big E, you know what I'm saying? Boss, Brian Lawson, you know what I'm saying? I'm a freshman. So, I'm in the 8th grade. I ain't hit high school yet. So they threw me, Ernest Miller, all this to the Wolves, was like, hey, y'all go do what y'all doing, you know what I'm saying? So Coach Mangum called us in, was like, hey, I need y'all. I know y'all some ignorant freshmen, but I need y'all next year. He threw us to the line, threw us in that line then, bro. It's basically from now on out, bro, just being in the 8th grade, seeing how they was coming into high school, it made me want to play. Well, it made me want to get better. You know what I'm saying? It also motivated me, though, to keep y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew y'all was coming right up behind me. You see what I'm saying? So I knew I had to set the pace. I had to set the tone. You know what I'm saying? So that's it, bro. I love the game of football. I still do. It's kind of hard for me to watch it. Even when Cuz was in, he went to the league, it used to be hard for me to watch sitting in the can. You know what I'm saying? Being confined, seeing him, but that's what kept me going. You know what I'm saying? On my journey in there, you know what I'm saying? To watch him every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So, that's it, bro. Shout out to Edgar Jones, man. You know what I'm saying? That boy kept me going, though. I ain't gonna lie. He kept me going in there, boy.
Hey, yeah, Lee. You talk about that I kept you going. Why is it that because you talk about when you was in 8th grade going up there where the high schoolers was at and getting put in pretty much that jungle at a young age. Why is it that you demanded that so much out of us? Because I knew, here's the thing, when I got up there, I knew there wasn't a day I could take off. If there was anybody that wasn't going to let me take that day off, I mean, obviously Coach Brown, a lot of other players, they demanded that out of us, but you really set the tone. Why was that?
Because I knew where we came from. You feel me? Ain't nobody made it on our side of the family. Ain't nobody took that extra step. You know what I'm saying? We got a good family. You know that. Christians go to church every Sunday. But who set the tone to go to the next level? You see what I'm saying? We was all freaking natures. 6'2", 225 in junior high. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you gotta be able to set, somebody had to be able to set the tone. You know what I'm saying? My cousins on my daddy's side, like my cousin Dexter Buckhouse, he played for Ohio State. My uncle Larry Brown, you know, he played at Alcorn State before he had his fall. Like he was playing in front of McNair. So, I mean, I know the genetics in me, but I just wanted to take it to the next level because I got little cousins behind me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just me being a leader my whole life, bro. I don't know how to do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So it's just me wanting to be great to see y'all be great. You know what I'm saying? And when I fell short to what I fell short to, you know what I'm saying? You was right behind me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if God had a plan for me to fall, for you to succeed.
Yeah.
But that's what happened. You see what I'm saying? So whatever I did for you, it worked out. You know what I'm saying? It worked out for all of us. You feel me?
Yeah. I often say it took every day. If I ask you how long it took for all three of us to get here, we can't say 10 years. We can't say, we got to say every day. So every single thing that happened from now to the end, I don't believe that that when bad stuff happened, it's well, God wanted it to happen that way. That's it. He'll jump back. But I said to you till you get back, I don't believe that let me see. That when bad stuff happens, you know, people will say, well, that's the way God wanted it to happen. I don't necessarily believe that. I think that decisions will kind of help alter what reality can be at times. You know what I'm saying? And then we got to work our way through whatever that decision got us to. But when he did make the decisions, whatever decisions he made, right, we was left to work through what we had to work through without him. You know what I'm saying? You were behind him, I was behind you, right? So that whole time, I'm following your path. You know what I'm saying? After he's gone, I'm following the tone you set. Right. We got you back in now, Q. What I was basically telling Eggy is some people will say, well, that's the way God wanted it to happen. I don't necessarily agree. I feel like we got decisions to make, and then those decisions we make alter what reality is. But once you make them, you in it. So now everybody got to work with what you got at the time based off that decision. You see what I'm saying? So you're right, though. You made a decision that caused a pitfall for you, but Edgar see it instead of Edgar turning the same way he turned up. You see what I'm saying? Right. Now, I'm behind him. I'm going on recruiting trips with him now. You said all us was genetic freaks. We all were. Now, I had the 220 part in high school, but y'all start going this way and mine started going that way. The only other problem I had was I should have got held back twice because I was a 16-year-old senior. But I can tell y'all that same thing you talk about, I knew Coach Brown came and got you. Well, Coach Mangum came and got you from the 8. Y'all wasn't winning, but I couldn't wait till Coach Brown came down to my 8th grade year as 11, 12-year-old and say, hey, y'all, you come to practice. Right. Because now I get to go up here with my big cousins. Right now, I don't know no better. So I'm thinking, because I see you calling Edgar every time, well, I'm going to get in behind him. 12 years old, you, Mario, Ratliff, whoever. I'm about to dump my little stupid tail down here and get tore up too. That's off of what you was putting down though. You see what I'm saying? Let me paint a picture for all of y'all. So by the time our cousin Quinton Brown gets to be a senior, now he's about 6'2", 245. Everybody that's got a school looking at him. He playing middle linebacker. and guard, but middle linebacker is his thing, right? We got team cleats, but Quinn Brown don't have team cleats. He's got these green zip-up cleats, right? Everybody else don't get visors. Quinn Brown got a visor in. He got a Douglas. My auntie is a wizard seamstress. So the number 52 is sewn into the back of his Douglas, right? He got tattoos up his arm. You know what I'm saying? When we come and get out, and we come off the bus, y'all gonna know who that is, right? I can remember Oak Grove his senior year. The announcer got tired of saying his name, and after a while, he started saying this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again on the tackle, number 52, because he ended up with like 23 tackles that game. So he was the man, and we had to follow that act. But it was great because we were him. So whatever we want, ain't nobody finna mess with us, right? I remember telling him that a coach talked to me crazy, Coach Sherrod, and him going to check that. You know what I'm saying? So anything we want, girls, wherever we want to go, anything, we had it because of what he was putting down. So that gives us something to look forward to. What was that feeling like? Like when you finally, I mean, you mentioned the Big E's, the bosses, the Brian Lawsons, that they carried that torch first, and then all of a sudden it's yours. What was that feeling like?
Man, you know what? When you destined to be something that you want to be, it just fall in place. You see what I'm saying? When you destined to be great, you gotta want to be great. You know what I'm saying? So it just fell in place. Like I watched them. Like I came up under both Brian Lawson, they were pretty boys. You know what I'm saying? That's where we got our swag from. Boss was the big dog, running you over. I ain't finna play with you. I ain't doing no talking. You know what I'm saying? I got this side from him. I just got a lift from everybody. Big E, they had their edge. They were sneaky with it, though. So when I catch on the crackback, I got that from Big E now. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of put everybody's character to my own self and to the way I played the game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a skill, though. That what you started with. When you want to be great, it just fall in place, and being able to just take that and go with it. Everybody can't do that. One of your attributes has always been Quinn ain't scared. Quinn ain't gonna be nervous. Everybody ain't got that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
that it factor. They call it it factor.
That's what it is. So it's like, but see, everybody does have it, but the it has to be your it though for you to have it.
Right.
When you come into it and it just flow like that, you'll know it. You know what I'm saying? Right. This speaking thing, Edgar was looking for a spark for a while after the game, right? Now, that same feeling he get coming out the tunnel, that's what he get before he's speaking. That's it. When I'm writing, we finna hit the studio or anything like that. That's it. I don't feel that. That just, you know what I'm saying? So that was your thing. Football was your thing. You did it to a T. You did it well. You got scholarship offers from everywhere. You end up at Southern, which again, if I'm telling everybody the truth, I graduated from Southern. So if that tell y'all anything about the follow-ups, that's how that goes. Talk about your time there, being recruited to Southern, and what that was like touching campus.
Well, I signed with ULM.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first. I signed with them. They sent me to JUCO in Gulfport Community College.
Mm-hmm. I
went there for a couple weeks. Didn't like it, you know what I'm saying? And they tried to get me to play defense end. I ain't finna go for that. Mm-hmm. The linebackers y'all got, these dudes, seniors, first day of practice, everybody looking at me like, man, who this dude is? I get out there and lay lumber, the first play of the game. So they like, man, we're going to let you start at defensive end. This the first day I done pulled up on campus. I don't know nobody, nothing. Man, we need a defense end. You need to play defense end. So, man, I ain't going for that. I've been playing linebacker all my life. And the linebackers y'all got, trash, Bubba Dude. You feel me? So, you know, I ain't like the decision, so I ended up going, calling mom. And mom was like, man, whatever decision you decide, go. So when I ended up coming home, a couple of days, Pete Richardson, you know, he was crazy about me in high school. He sent me letters. I wasn't even looking. You know, we get letters in school. We ain't looking for Grambling and Southern. We looking for the big names. Mm-hmm. But Pete had been watching me since my like freshman year. You know what I'm saying? So he was, you know, he called mom, was like, you know, can I come have a visit with him or whatever? And she was like, yeah. So he came. Man, he pulled up to the house. He got tapes way for my 9th grade year. 10th grade year. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like that was the best decision to make, to go to Southern. You know, I couldn't go to another D1 college because of the situation with ULM and Gulfport. So I ended up going to Southern. And I mean, you know, Southern, Baton Rouge, bro. You know, you come over the hump, you know what I'm saying? It's different, bro. You know, the atmosphere, the people, the coaches, but you know, I mean, that was short-lived. I stayed at school for about 3-4 weeks before I ended up getting caught up and going to jail. So I really ain't get to enjoy it, you know. But you know, it was fun while I was there.
Yeah. And talk about that, Q. Just what led up to that moment, that 3 or 4 weeks you was down Southern and home and all that.
Yeah, well, you know, that's when I had that Caprice.
Yeah.
So I ended up letting one of my partners use my car. He told me the car got stole. I'm at school, keep in mind, you know, I'm doing what I'm doing in school. So he called me like the car got stole. I let him borrow the car. So I shoot home, you know. Y'all know my Caprice. I was crazy about that Caprice. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up coming home, couldn't find out who had my car. A couple of days later, found out who had the car or whatever, and, you know, came home and just got, you know, found out who had the car. Didn't find out who had my rims or whatever. So I made a dumb decision. I wasn't thinking. See, a lot of us don't make rational decisions. We make dumb decisions because we young. We don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? And I came home with the intent to, somebody got my car, you know, and look what it landed on me. You know what I'm saying? So then the trouble that I got into, the guy that I did it to, he didn't even have nothing to do with it. You see what I'm saying? Just one dumb decision to leave school led into another dumb decision into doing something I had no business doing. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, it's hard, but it's fair. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't take my situation back for nothing in the world because prison actually raised me. It made me who I am today. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people go in there fall by the wayside, come home, you know, institutionalized. Y'all know what institutionalized. I know that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? One leg still using the bathroom, shower, you know, just crazy. I ain't come out there like that because I had a phone in jail. I stayed in contact. You know what I'm saying? He know. You know what I'm saying? I kept this cell phone. You feel me? So I kept my mind to the streets. Everything that was going on, your stats. I got a phone. You see what I'm saying? So it's just, you know, it ain't really. I can't really go into detail of what happened, when it happened. You know what I'm saying? Because my people is still fighting, trying to get out. You know what I'm saying? My father partner, my co-defendant. Shout out to Vario Turner too, man. You know, free that boy. But you know, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah. So we won't go into detail what happened, but you mentioned the decision, right? And I imagine, because I know how connected you were to that car. What we looking at, 95 Caprice? Was that what it was?
93.
93, Candy Blue. Yeah. Assassin, the ones look like mini blinds, right?
Right.
Came to my house plenty of time. Oh, come on, man, fix this box. So we in the speakers all through it. We listening to Charlie Boy on the B.I.B.I. verse at least 22 times a day if we in there. Right. We're going to hit the corner. He telling me, hey, Hey man, come on, you're supposed to be the DJ. we hit the corner. We got to start at that Charlie Boy part. We need to start right there, because then the beat gonna drop behind it, right?
Right.
I know how tied he was to the car, because I was tied to it. This is important for the youngsters, young men especially. What happened was, when he heard somebody stole your car, there was emotion involved. Right? When you find out who's supposed to have it, it's emotion involved. I'm mad, I'm hurt, you stole my car. Now you're making a decision while emotions are involved, right? Egg and I, we have a little display we do. We shake up a drink, right? And everything all over the place on the inside. And if you open it while it's shook up, it's going to go everywhere. Probably going to get a bad deal out of it. So when you act off emotion at the time, anger, whatever, you ain't going to think rational, right? You thinking all you seeing is red and you about to flash and crash, right?
Right.
That's what it led to now. We won't go into details about what happened, but the charges you got led up to a certain amount of time being called out. You hear that time, 25 years. Really 75 if you being technical, right?
Nah,
But,
really
when
he said 25,
yeah, on 3.
I ain't hear nothing else.
Yeah.
If the room went, I couldn't hear nothing. That's it.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
yeah. Luckily, they get to run concurrent instead of consecutive. Because if not, that's 75 flat out, right? I know you said you couldn't hear nothing else. You got to look at your mama. For the youngsters out there who may be deciding to flash, crash, they got that attitude. Now they walk with that in front, though. That's what they want to do. So for the ones who may want to do that, explain that feeling. Hearing that, seeing your mama in there, what is that?
Man, that shit the worst feeling in the world. When your mama, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, man, you can do all the dirt in the world, but your mama ain't gonna never admit to you doing. She could see you shoot somebody.
Yeah.
But she still gonna have your back. You feel me? But for to put her in a situation to know that she finally finna lose you, man, that's the worst feeling in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because now what you're doing is you done put her in a position because of your decisions. Now she got to spend money to come see you every weekend. You got 25 years. I got 25 years. My first offense, I ain't never had a ticket or nothing. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, once you get that time, bro, once that judge, you in front of that judge, and he tell you them 90 years or whatever decision you finna make to get 100 life, ain't no coming back from that. You know what I'm saying? You can fight 10 years on your charge. Oh, you can lie and tell everybody, oh, man, the judge finna do this for man, that judge ain't finna do shit for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Once you end up, you end up. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? The only thing is faith and hope and prayer, all that can work out. But, bro, once you do the crime and they got you dead to the right, bro, ain't no shaping back from that shit. So the best thing for y'all to do is just sit the fuck down, go to school, be great at something else other than trying to be great for these little girls out here, these little dudes out here, because once you go to jail, they gonna be gone. Ain't no more partners and girlfriends and whatever you got going on. Once you get enough, you for the state, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no turning back. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying, coming back from it. So, man, that was just different for me, bro. You know, knowing I ain't never did nothing, 25 years. Man, you know, I went to jail when I was 19. I'm trying to count the numbers on my head, my mind clicking. I'm like, man, 25. They're like, you got to do, what, 18 on 25, something like that. No, I had to do 17 on 20 because I ended up giving 5 years back after 2 years when I was in there. But that just go to show you, it took me 2 years to give just 5 years back. I'm still stuck with 20. You see what I'm saying? 17 flat. First time ever getting in trouble. So it's different, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's different, bro. It's a different ball game.
Yeah, I know how I felt when I heard it, and I get to how I felt when I heard it. When you heard the time, Elgin, what went through your mind?
Man, honestly, bro, it hurt, but I just feel like I kept hearing Q voice in my head say, "Keep your head up." You know what I'm saying? Like just like at practice, when it got rough or it got tough, just him always pushing us. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like, yeah, in the moment I probably could do my crying and I could be hurt and sad, but that ain't gonna do no good. You know, as far as what he would want out of us, with him being a leader, being the older cousin and pushing us. So like I gotta do it. Cause before that happened, I'm looking like, yo, this dude about to go to the league. So when that happened, now I'm just looking around. I'm like, yo, you up next. Ain't no turning back. So that like fueled me even more and pushed me even more, you know. So I felt like, yo, dude, I got to make this for him. For him.
Yeah. I guess I was about 14, 15, probably about to be 15. All I knew to do was everything he had already been doing. So around the same time, before you know it, I got 16 pit bulls now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If it's a freestyle in the bathroom, I'm about to go the hardest. You know what I'm saying? If whatever's going on, I adopted the Ravens as my favorite team a little after that because Ray Lewis was there, 52, right? A lot of the stuff, fishing, hunting, all that stuff, turning up with it. You know what I'm saying? I would ask myself, well, what would Q do? When nobody, if getting punked out and all that stuff out the window now, because I got to live up to a certain thing that Big Cuz left behind. The interesting thing is somehow, I don't think we ever went more than maybe 4 months the whole stint where I didn't either see him or talk to him. Somehow or another, I was making sure I stayed in contact somehow. Part of that reason was because after you went off to school and then to the league, I felt like I had to be the connect between the two. Because I talked to you. I know you can't talk to him as much, but I also talk to him. Because every time I talk to him, if I sit down in front of him, one of the first thing he gonna tell me, boy, you getting fat? Man, what Edge up to? That's the first thing he gonna ask every time. You know what I'm saying? Man, boy, you big. Boy, you big. What a big old joke. What Edgar up to? You see Edge, you talk to Edge, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like I had to be the glue for that. You know what I'm saying? So you in there, right? First day in. What's that feeling? Is it, and I know it may be a crazy question to ask, is it fear? Is it nerves? What is it? First day in there. And then after that question, when did it shift and you made up in your mind, I'm gonna have to go with this lifestyle to survive it till I get out? What kept you going? When did that flip happen for you? So first day in, what's the feeling? And then when did the flip happen?
The first day in there, the flip happened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because now it got to carry on for me doing what I was doing out here and to another. You know what I'm saying? It's just the instinct. We animals by nature, men. You feel me? But everybody don't have what you said earlier, the effect. You see what I'm saying? So me fighting, me being bad, all that led into them. That was nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to figure out a way how I could get myself out of jail. Because this fighting and stabbing and doing all this extra in jail, like it's gonna only do so much. I need to get a trade. You see what I'm saying? I need to try to get in these programs to try to get some of this time back. You know what I'm saying? So dude's gonna try you in jail every day. That if factor got to come out right then. So a lot of these dudes, and y'all listen to this, and I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. A lot of y'all shooting and doing all this gangster stuff out here is different in jail, bro. You gotta fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the first day in wasn't really bad. You know, I was in Windsor. I remember laying in that cell, man. It's cold as hell on the floor. No mattress, no nothing. Just laying in handcuffs, you feel me? In my mind, I'm like, damn, I done fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They got me dead to the right. What I'm finna do now? What decision I need to make? Now I'm finna have to do this. And it's just like when you sum in the open pot with all these dudes from all different, you know what I'm saying, lifestyle, and I'm looking around, the change had to change then. You know what I'm saying? So basically, bro, you know, it is what it is, man. You gotta be what you is. You know, you are what you eat. You know what I'm saying? It's a dog-to-dog world in there, bro. So, you know, and I'm gonna say this though. Man, this dude used to fight. Man, I used to beat L.I.T, bro. We just talked about this the other night, right? So, me and Elga last fight, bro. Behind that Woodland house, I don't know if we were playing basketball or something. Ed kind of got with me. You see what I'm saying? Because he got tired. You feel me? So, man, it's just like the fighting thing. Like, I've been a fighter my whole life. So, me going to jail, you know, it wasn't no different. I had to survive in there the same way I'm surviving out here. You know what I'm saying? That rough days, we rough. We've been rough our whole life. You know it. It's a country. Uncle Bo riding horses. It's just a different lifestyle now. You know what I'm saying? So, that's it, bro. It's just, it ain't for the weak, bro. If you weak, man, go to school, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because when that man tell you 25 years of life, bro, I swear, you ain't going to be the same, bro, when you come home, bro. Mentally, you know, it ain't for everybody. That's what kept me going was reading. My mama worked in the library for 30 years, Ed.
Yep.
I ain't read a book till I went to jail. You see what I'm saying?
Library all the time.
You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
We in there every day. Ed, on Tuesdays for the little some cloning. I never grabbed a book in school or nothing. It took me to go to prison to read a book, bro. And I read a lot of books in jail. You know what I'm saying? And find peace and read now. So, man, it's just, you know, it's a decision. When you make decisions, bro, based upon life, bro, and doing what you're doing, it don't make no sense to go to jail, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What would you say was your worst moment in the like?
Shit. Man. Well, my worst moment is losing. I had a lot of worst moments because I lost a lot of people in jail. You know what I'm saying? Me knowing that my worst fear in jail was me losing my mama, me dying, not knowing if you know what I'm saying, my mama leaving my mama out here, me not having kids, because I went to jail and had no kids. You see what I'm saying? My mama dying and not having nobody to fall back on. You see what I'm saying? I lost a grandmother in jail. I lost a lot of people in prison, bro. And that's like the worst thing. As far as like situations, man, I don't think I done seen it all, bro. I done seen stabbings. I done got caught with phones. I done had relationship with female guards. It ain't nothing worse than not being able, when them people, you go on to court in jail too now. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So they could, if you get caught with a cell phone, drugs, all that, you got to go to court. Mm-hmm. They'll take good time from you. So if you're going home next year, they could take some good time from you, and you won't come home till the year after. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's decisions that you make in there. It reflect. It's the same as out here. You know what I'm saying? That's how I survive out here and I fall to the streets. Don't get caught with the cell phone. That's all I thought about in prison. Don't get caught with the cell phone. I never got caught with a cell phone in prison. You see what I'm saying? And the same rules apply out here. That's how, that's what keep me going. Don't get caught with the cell phone. That's the mentality that I have. Don't get caught. if you don't get caught what you're doing, you're gonna be straight. And I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah. I always known you to be a very optimistic person, meaning you're gonna look at it. I got that. I'm gonna look at the glass half full all the time. That's a decision too. A lot of people who fall into, and I'm not saying that's the only thing that can make you fall into depression or whatever, but it's always something bad for you to look at, but it's always something great there too. Even in what seem like the worst situations, right? It's always, as long as you ain't dead, you got a shot. It's always that there. So was there any moment in there that you failed to looking at it from a bad way, like, hey man, I ain't getting out of here, or I'm depressed, or like, was there any moment like that where you faltered a little bit, like, man, damn, this?
Yeah, like, you know, when you're doing time, you can't worry about what's going on out here. You see what I'm saying? You know, and there they had football, shoulder pads. You know, that kept me going. They had boxing. You know, I had my running boxing. You know what I'm saying? So I think year 10, that's when it hit me. Like, damn, you'd have been here 10 years, bro. You see what I'm saying? Y'all coming to see me, y'all getting older with bills. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bringing kids to see me, and it's just like, well, damn. You know, I think that 10-year mark, but really set me down. I was like, man, you know, you really in here. You know, you got 7 more to go. And you know what I'm saying? That's how I did my time. I did, like, right, 5 gone. Once I got my time, like, 5 gone. 10 gone. When I got to that 10, I was like, well, I need to get this 5 more. Once I get this 5 more, then, you know, I'll be close to coming home. You see what I'm saying? So, man, it's prison is depressing every day, bro. I done seen a lot of dudes kill themselves, hang themselves, take their own life with razors, swallowing razors. It depends on who you is, though, bro. You know, you gotta have faith, you gotta be strong. But you know, every day was depressing to me, seeing y'all, talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Not being able to go use the bathroom when I need to use the bathroom, being told when to eat, when to shower. You see what I'm saying? When I could talk to my people on the phone for 15 minutes. You know, so every day in there is depressing, Quinton. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm happy you said something you just said, that you broke your time down. There's a life lesson in anything, right? That in itself. I just put out a post about all my aunties, ain't Willie, ain't Winnie, ain't Ola May. Some of my aunties in the past, they like to cook. And when I say cook, I don't mean cook for 5 people. I mean, like, it could be 50 to 100 or 100 or more, you know what I'm saying? But the way they make these meals is a little bit of this and a little bit of that at a time. It don't just happen like that and then the meal there. They don't just go in the kitchen for 5 minutes and they come back out with all this stuff. And they making everything from the sides to the main to the drinks. They gonna make all that. Right. A little making here, a little making there. Anything you face, any challenge you face, it's best to not think that I got to get this all fixed at once. A little bit at a time. Like you said, 5 years here. And in between time, you picking up on new stuff. You learn how to weld in there. You mentioned boxing. I would come from Southern when you were at Dixon. It wasn't too far. I come to the boxing matches. Bring a little eye candy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But just to come see you and watch you, and you don't know what it's like to know. So any challenge I faced on the outside, I felt like even if I got down on myself for a second, I'm like, man, I got a cousin with 1 point in Dixon, but then later, the last years in Angola, I'm like, man, I got a cousin in Angola, and every time I talk to him, we laugh. People don't understand this a funny guy down here too. Egg and I have said this a bunch of times, but I don't think people understand the power of laughter, finding something to laugh at, especially when you're in a depressing spot. Like laughter really scientifically releases endorphins. Endorphins are like our feel-good drugs, our body. I know you in there cracking jokes the whole time, finding stuff to laugh
Right,
at.
right.
But what I'm saying is, when I would talk to you or go see you, when you see me, you're going to hit that little sideways smirk. And for me, my cousin in Angola, and when I see him, he's smiling. So what the hell I'm tripping about a test? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm a smart guy. That's my
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So what I'm tripping off this test, this paper, interviewing for this job, whatever. So you don't know, you don't really realize until we tell you how much your optimism and keeping going in there the whole time. 17 years is a long time. I just told you I was 14. I don't even know what that is yet. The judge tell him 25, he 19. He don't even know what 25 years is yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We only read about it or seen it on movies when they say across the screen 25 years later. We don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? But it took us every day to get to this point. Briefly, I don't want to stay on this too much longer, but briefly, what did boxing do for you in there? Was that like did you find football again when you found boxing? Was that what that was like to you?
No, it just was staying active, and I liked to fight, but boxing taught me discipline. When I first went to DCI, that was when everybody was doing like prison boxing in Louisiana big. You know, and all of the you know, I love Angola, the fighters in Angola, you know what I'm saying? I know they're gonna be mad when they see this right here, but DCI had the best fighters. Like my trainer is Roy Jones Jr., head trainer for Average Cooper Wop. He did 37 years. Now he out here training Roy Jones. You know Babyface, Eric Walters. He did 15. He was on the Contender. Made it what number 2 or 3 on Contender. So all the best fighters was where I was at. So me being a fighter, I just, you know, I was like, man, I'm finna go boxing. I know how to fight. You know what I'm saying?